Hello guys and welcome to the lab. I know things are looking quite different here and yeah, we are testing out some formats and some backgrounds. I hope you guys liked it and let me know in the comments down below, okay? So welcome to this new video, and today is a language journal video. So we are going to take a look at my current level in each of the languages that I know so far. And yeah, I thought of this format for quite a while now, and this is one of the things that I always wanted to see other polyglots doing. So yeah, I'm going to be very transparent here with my current levels and my current abilities in my languages, and yeah, I hope you guys can, learn something from what I'm doing. And yeah, so what we are going to do essentially is I'm going to list all the languages that I know, my current abilities in each of them, and then we are going to read a text and speak a little bit in each of those languages as well, okay? So first of all, lower your expectations, okay? Please don't have the expectation of like me being the best polyglot ever, or I'm just a regular guy who became a polyglot by accident. So yeah, I'm sharing my strategy with you guys. So yeah, welcome to another episode on the Moon Lab, and let's start this thing. All right, so English, of course, as you guys can see, that's my current level, and yeah, for me, English is very second nature, and I almost don't feel like I'm talking in a different language. There are some topics that I struggle a little bit, but it's way, like, it doesn't occur that often. So yeah, so another reason why I wanted to make this video is because I can then speak in English, so you guys always can see where I'm currently at in my English. So yeah, we are going to use English throughout the video and for the following videos in this format. So this is the Polyglot Journal or something, I don't know the name of the series yet, but I want to do this at least once a month so you guys can, see my progress. And yeah, I just want to see, like, to do this every month, and after like 2 or 3 years, how many languages will I know? So that's one thing, and how much will I progress in each of those languages as well. This is another thing that I'm very curious about. So now, yeah. All right, so let's do it. So English, of course, is needless to say, right? So let's go with Spanish. And let's make the categories here. Italian, we also have German and French. I will not put here Russian and Japanese, just because my current level in those languages is just like being to read like very little, so I basically just know the alphabet in Russian, and yeah, there isn't too much to talk about, but we are going to talk about that eventually. So all right, here we have the 4 main areas, right? We have like speaking, we have reading, we have listening, and writing. All right. So with Spanish, I think we are going to rate this from 0 to 5, okay? This is our metric here. So currently, before we even begin to read other texts, begin to read the texts, I'm going to cover this before, all right? And then we are just going to do the texts, the reading. So currently, my speaking ability in Spanish, I would rate around 3, 2.5, 3. I don't practice Spanish that much. I was in Floripa for like 4 months now, in the beginning of this year until last month, basically. And during that period, I spoke a lot of Spanish, And I haven't spoke Spanish for like 2 years until that situation occurred. And yeah, if I really need to speak Spanish, I can bring that level up to 4, but yeah, it is only like level 3. I can manage to talk with natives just fine without any problems. And yeah, reading ability 5, I can understand anything that I read in Spanish. And also listening, I will put here into 4, just because sometimes, depending on the accent, for me, it's more difficult than others. So for example, like here, the accents from South America are quite different from the Castellano one, from Spain, and that's the one that I'm most accustomed to, or the Mexican one. So yeah, so listening for Spanish, and writing, actually I'm quite bad at writing Spanish. Yeah, because like for me, it is not so much natural, and sometimes I'm afraid of mixing Spanish and Portuguese, and this also happens with speaking as well. So yeah, for me, writing in Spanish is a little bit difficult, and most often than not, I need to recur to the translator because yeah, for me, sometimes yeah. With Italian, I would say my speaking ability is 3 as well, but this one is more like 2.5 really, more than Spanish, because if I didn't spoke Spanish that much, with Italian even less, and even less with German and French as well. So yeah, with Italian I can speak quite okay, I can survive, and yeah, I can like just have a regular conversation with the native. In reading ability, I can almost understand everything that I know or that I read in Italian, but not quite. I would put this into 4. Sometimes I miss a word here and there, and listening 4 as well, just because sometimes they're the same thing with reading. Sometimes I get this word that I just don't know. So yeah. And writing, actually, my writing ability in Italian is better than in Spanish, and I think the reason why is I think Italian is more different than Spanish when compared to Portuguese. So with Spanish, I think it is easier to mix the two of them, but yeah, with Italian, I think I can like distinguish between them easier. All right, so with German, my German speaking ability is like, okay, I'm going to put a very modest 2 here, because although I can speak German, like I really need some practice. Like in order for me to speak anything in German, I need to warm up, I need to listen and watch some videos, I need to like, grind myself to it. It's not that easy for me. And this is one of the languages that I struggle the most, is actually German. And yeah, but I know eventually I will know. And like I tell you guys, like learning languages is for your whole life. It's not just like a specific point in your life. So since I know I'm going to enjoy German for many, many years to come, and I am not in that, that much of a hurry. All right, so reading in German is actually 3. I can understand almost everything that I read. With listening, I would put into 3 as well, because although I can understand it, it's difficult for me to respond. So speaking with natives is not, a walk in the park with German. And yeah, with writing, the same thing too. I think my peak, like my prime, was like up a level in all of those areas. So there was a point in my life where I was studying German a lot. And during that process, that was like 3 years ago. During that process, I could basically understand everything that I read and listen. But nowadays, I'm like too rusty, yeah. And yeah, so with French. So with French, I think my ability is basically the same thing as German. And like I never really studied French. Basically, everything that I know in French comes from either Spanish or Italian. So yeah, and with reading, I can basically understand almost everything that I know, but not quite. I still struggle sometimes. With listening as well, the same thing. And with writing, like I can't write in French at all. Like it's impossible for me to write in French. And yeah, so that's my current level, guys. And now you guys are going to see me reading them like a text in each of those languages. And I think by doing that, you guys can get like a very clear picture of my level. And I thought of doing like, those types of videos where I speak, without a script. But for me, it's very stressful, being quite honest. And although I can do it, for me, it's not pleasant at all. And I think if you guys want to, know my level in speaking ability in those languages, you can just like lower a little bit of my reading ability, because I'm going to read that aloud, of course. And by doing that, you will get like a clear perspective on my pronunciation, my cadence, my train of thoughts and everything. So yeah, that's it. All right, let's do the practice now. Give me a text in Spanish with 3 paragraphs. Use native-like vocabulary and intermediate to advanced level. This text should be like a conversation, or like someone is telling a story to another person. And yeah, this is an exercise for me to practice. So yeah, give me the text. All right, let's see how that goes. All right. Okay, let me just read real quick, just so I can see what this text is about. All right, let's go. ¿Sabes lo que me pasó el otro día en el metro? Iba tarde, como siempre, corriendo entre la gente, y justo cuando las puertas estaban a punto de cerrarse, logré meter el pie y entrar. Lo gracioso es que al hacerlo, se me cayó el café encima. Entonces cayó un café encima de él. No solo eso, el vaso salió volando y le cayó a una señora em seu abrigo blanco, que abrigo é casaco, né? Então o café do cara, que ele estava com o café entrando no metrô, acabou derrubando o café em uma mulher. Eu queria que me tragara la tierra, literalmente. Que me tragara la tierra. Eu queria que me tragara la tierra. Aqui eu não sei direito. Aqui eu não sei exatamente o que ele quis dizer. Literalmente, le pedí mil desculpas, intenté ayudarla con servilletas. Servilletas sería tipo un papelzinho. Pero ella solo me miraba como si yo fuera un criminal. Después de ese desastre, pasé el resto del trayecto parado, al lado de la puerta, fingiendo que leía algo en el celular. Aunque no podía concentrarme, me sentía tan incómodo que bajé una estación antes solo para evitar seguir en la misma cabina con la señora. Então ele ficou parado lá no canto, fingindo ler alguma coisa no celular. E aí ele saiu uma estação antes, né? Ok. Caminé las últimas 2 cuadras hacia el trabajo, repitiéndome mentalmente. Nunca más café, no era el pico, nunca más. Lo peor es que ni siquiera llegué a tomarlo, ¿te das cuenta? En fin, aprendí 2 cosas de ese día. La primera, nunca subestimes lo que puede salir mal en una mañana con prisa. Y la segunda, cuando todo falle, actúa con dignidad, aunque por dentro te estés muriendo de vergüenza. Al final, todos tenemos nuestros momentos ridículos. Lo importante es que después se vuelven buenas historias para contar, como esta, ¿no? Okay, so that was a fun one, and as you guys can see, like the only sentence that I literally don't know is like que me tragara la tierra. Eu não sei. Anyway, e aqui, so how you can expand on this, right? So you can read aloud like I did, and then you can, write by hand the same text, rewrite it, and practice your ability. So since I already know how to pronounce and how to speak Spanish, that's the reason why I didn't use this option right here.
Perfecto, Eric. Aquí tienes un texto narrativo conversacional.
See? Yeah, I don't need that. So, all right, cool. Now give me a text in Italian with the same purpose, the same dynamic that we did. Alright, let's do a text in Italian now. Okay. Right, so we have our text in Italian here. Let's read it. Hai presente quei giorni in cui tutto sembra andare storto fin dal primo minuto? Beh, l'altro giorno non mi sveglio, guardo l'orologio, in panico, avevo dimenticato di mettere la sveglia. So he woke up and forgot to put an alarm. Mi vesto a volo, salto la colazione e corro fuori di casa, solo per scoprire che avevo lasciato le chiavi dentro. Perfetto. Allora chiamo il mio coinquilino, che ovviamente non risponde, e mi ritrovo lì, davanti alla porta, come uno schermo, con lo seno mezzo aperto e i capelli ancora bagnati. So he forgot his keys inside his house, and he tried to contact the inquilino, and and he doesn't respond to him, and now he's waiting there. He just wake up, and he's like kind of a mess. All right. I capelli ancora bagnati, like wet hair, cabello ainda molhado. Alla fine decido di prendere il tram lo stesso, anche se era già in ritardo. E lì succede il capolavoro. Mentre sto salendo, inchiampo su un gradino e cado praticamente addosso a una signora anziana. Lei urla qualcosa tipo "attento ragazzo". So he went there either way, and even if he was late, capolavoro, I don't know what this is, but while he's leaving, he meet this old lady that screams something like attenzione, tipo atenção, oh cara, e aí, né? Lei urla di gritare. Io chiedo scusa 100 volte e intanto tutti mi guardano. Ti giuro, ho sentito le orecchie diventare rosse. Like he felt his ears turning red. Ero tentato di scendere alla fermata successiva e fingere di non essere mai salito. Ma sai una cosa? Dopo un po' mi è venuto da ridere. Cioè, certo, è stato imbarazzante, ma anche un po' comico. A volte la giornata inizia male e l'unica cosa che può fare è prenderla con filosofia. Alla fine sono arrivato al lavoro, ho raccontato tutto ai colleghi e ci siamo fatti una bella risata. Meglio così, no? Alright, so here basically he arrived at his job and then told his colleagues what happened, and they laughed about it and was all fun and games. And so this is my level in Italian. I haven't studied Italian for like 4 years now, and like the way that I feel with Italian and also with Spanish is that if I really need to, I can practice for like a week and then I'll be good to go. But like I told you guys, like I miss a word here and there, and that's the reason it's not so high level. But basically, I can as you guys saw, I can just speak just fine. All right, let's go with German now. Now it's going to be a little bit hard. All right, let's do in German now, and also no more old ladies. All right, think of something else, and and also with German, use beginner to intermediate vocabulary instead of advanced. All right. Okay, alles klar. Okay. Ein Stil einer lockeren Erzählung mit Empfänger mit Stil für Vokabular. Natürlich bleibt es wie ein Gespräch zwischen Freunden. Okay, so it's basically telling, it is like a conversation between friends. So, gestern ist mir etwas total Komisches passiert. Ich wollte einfach nur schnell zum Supermarkt, weil ich kein Brot mehr hatte. So Brot, I think Brot is like bread. So he went to the supermarket to get some bread. Ich hatte Kopfhörer drin und habe Musik gehört. Also war ich ein bisschen in meiner eigenen Welt. like he was listening to music, like he was in his own world. Plötzlich merke ich, dass ich die ganze Zeit in die falsche Richtung gelaufen bin. 10 Minuten lang. Und ich dachte mir, ernsthaft? Wie blind kann man sein? Here I'm a little bit confused because I'm missing a word here. Let me see. Plötzlich merke ich, dass ich die ganze Zeit in die falsche Richtung gefahren bin. Alright, yeah, he was like 10 minutes inside of the store, if I'm not mistaken, but only to realize he was in the wrong section or the wrong market. Yeah. Then is that it? Richtung. Right, so now I'm a little bit confused. I don't know if he's in the supermarket yet or he's going there now. Anyways, but here in the second paragraph he says that he's now arriving at the supermarket. Dann, als ich endlich im Supermarkt war, habe ich mein Lieblingsbrot gesucht, das mit Sonnenblumenkerne. This is like a type of bread, yeah? Natürlich war es ausverkauft, like it's over, like sold already, yeah? Sold everything. Ich stand da mit den leeren Händen, like empty hands, und habe einfach in das Regal gestellt, als ob das Brot plötzlich erscheinen würde. Neben mir war ein kleines Kind, das mich angeschaut hat, als wäre ich verrückt. Like he was like a small child going crazy. Ich habe gelächelt, aber innerlich habe ich gedacht, heute ist einfach nicht mein Tag. He just thought like, yeah, today is not my day. Am Ende habe ich ein anderes Brot genommen, like he picked up a different bread, besetzt und bin wieder nach Hause gelaufen. He went back to house, aber das Lustige kommt noch. Als ich die Tür aufschließe, sehe ich auf dem Tisch eine frische Packung Brot. Right, so when he arrived home, he found like this package of bread. Ich hatte gestern schon eins gekauft und komplett vergessen. Naja, jetzt habe ich genug Brot für eine Woche oder zwei. Alright, that was cool. So he arrived home and forgot that he already bought bread. And yeah, as you guys can see, I struggle with German a little bit. My level was higher when I was actually studying German, but to be honest, guys, like it's been 3 years. 3 years! Almost 1,000 days since I last studied German. So yeah, that's my current level. As you can see, if I'm speaking with a native, I'm for sure going to struggle. But again, if I can pick up the level quite quickly. All right, let's do French now. All right, cool. Let's do a text in French now with the same level of German. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's read a little bit in French. Ce matin, je me suis réveillé un peu trop tard. Mon réveil n'est pas sonné, ou peut-être que je l'ai entendu sans me rendre compte. Like he não se deu conta. Je ne sais pas, that he doesn't know. J'ai sauté du lit, j'ai pris une douche rapide et j'ai couru sans prendre mon petit déjeuner. Il faisait froid et bien sûr, j'avais oublié ma veste. So he forgot his, it's not a hoodie, he forgot it's not winter clothes as well. Ele esqueceu o abrigo, casaco. Mas conseguiu sair, tomou uma ducha rápida e, enfim, acordou tarde e tal. Je devais prendre le bus pour aller à l'école. So he needs to take the bus to go to the school. Mais quand je suis arrivé à l'arrêt, le bus venait juste de partir. So the bus just left the moment he arrived there. J'ai levé les yeux au ciel et j'ai soupiré. Like he looked at the sky and just sighed. Yeah. Il fallait traîner 15 minutes pour le prochain. Alors je me suis assis sur le banc et j'ai regardé les gens passer. C'était calme, presque agréable, en fait. So, in fact, anyway, so he just waited there, sit there and waited. Finalement, je suis arrivé en retard à l'école, mais le professeur n'était même pas encore là. So he arrived at the school, but the teacher is not there. Tout ce stress pour rien. All of this is stress for nothing. Todo ce stress pour nada. La prochaine fois, je prends 2 minutes pour respirer et peut-être pour mettre une veste aussi. The next time, he will take 2 minutes to breathe and and also take it's not really protection, like a vest, like a hoodie, a jacket, and yeah guys, so this is my level in French. I cannot sustain a conversation in French yet. I can just, I can understand when they speak to me, when they talk to me, and I can, as you guys can see, I can understand some texts, but not really advanced ones. And I never really studied French. All of this level is just, I just listened to some videos and I got this level basically because of Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian, of course. So, yeah, that's my current level in all my languages. Actually, give me just one paragraph in Russian so you guys can see my level in Russian real quick. All right. So as you guys will quickly see, I cannot speak Russian at all, but that will change. All right, so Zvertna ya vishu is doma. Doma is like house. Stirna ya vishu is doma. Bez zonta. Like basically, I think here he's saying that yesterday he stayed at his home or something like that. Потому что уграм, maybe. Блё содечно. You see, like for me, it's a struggle to read in Russian. Okay, I don't know basically anything. I just know the alphabet, I know the sound of the words, and I know some words like doma, harasho, pichimu, and spasiba, whatever. I know basically nothing in Russian, but I do want to learn. This is one of the languages that I want to learn the most. So yeah, guys, this is like my current level, and this is actually how I study. I just create texts and read them aloud, and then I, mark down the words that I don't know. I rewrite the text by hand, and then I do those practices until I know more and more and more, also with a lot of exposition, immersion. Alright, let's go to Portuguese a little bit. Ok, então esse foi meu nível nos idiomas. Eu acho que deu para vocês terem uma noção bem clara de como que é o meu nível e também como que eu manipulo os idiomas. E muita gente me pergunta como é que eu mantenho o nível, e a resposta é basicamente eu não mantenho. Eu só estudo os idiomas que eu estou interessado e que eu estou tendo contato no momento. Então, assim, nos últimos 3 anos eu praticamente não estudei, sendo bem sincero com vocês. Tem uns 3 anos que eu não estudo idiomas at all. Tipo assim, eu fiz alguma coisa aqui e ali, mas assim, não estudei realmente. Porque eu estava muito mais focado em trabalho, focado em outros estudos, em abrir um negócio, sabe? Eu estava fazendo tantas outras coisas que eu não via muita necessidade, e também eu me cansei dos materiais que eu estava usando para estudar. Então, mas assim, um dos motivos do porquê que eu quis fazer esse vídeo é também porque eu quero ter um registro, né, da minha evolução através do tempo, porque agora que eu estou com também mais tempo e estou animado para estudar novamente, e também eu penso que possa ser uma forma de motivar vocês, né? Vocês verem as minhas estratégias, como eu estou evoluindo através do tempo e tudo mais. E também, assim, como aqui na internet eu tento ser muito transparente, falar para vocês o que eu realmente penso sobre os cursos de idiomas e tudo mais relacionado. Eu acho que nada mais justo do que eu ser completamente transparente nos meus níveis aqui de idiomas também. Outra coisa, eu não coloquei japonês aqui porque eu literalmente sei só palavras aleatórias parecido com o russo, tipo shinbu, que eu acho que é livro ou revista, mas assim, não conta, sabe? Eu não conto de forma alguma, obviamente. Foi só, sei lá, um mês que eu peguei de japonês aí, eu fiquei vendo algumas coisas, mas não é nada significativo. Mas é um idioma que eu quero muito aprender, sobretudo em breve. Enfim, no mais, eu espero que esse vídeo tenha ajudado vocês, espero que tenha dado insights e que também possa ajudar na jornada de vocês de alguma forma. E me dizem também o que vocês acham aí do novo cenário. Nós temos um monitorzinho aqui tem outros cenários que eu quero testar também. Tem a nossa comunidade Global, onde lá nós temos várias pessoas que estão aprendendo idiomas. Lá nós compartilhamos estratégias, recursos, temos aulas, encontros semanais, onde eu estou toda semana lá ajudando a vocês no plano de estudos, com dúvidas, o que for necessário. Beleza? No mais é isso, me digam o que vocês acharam do vídeo. Vejo vocês numa próxima. Até mais.